Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to session number, I want to say 12 of Mingled Dreams, one of the stories of Exandria, inspired by Critical Role. I know that sounds really inorganic the way I said it, but that is the way that you get picked up by the YouTube algorithm, is by saying all of that stuff. So, hey, manipulate the algorithm, right? Before we jump into the action, if you are watching on the YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of that helps us out so very, very much. And if you are watching live, thank you oh so very much for doing that. We are going to be having a lore dump, so everybody who's a member of the community, go into general chat, look at my last post and announcements, yada, 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 yada. Everything's good, glorious, fantastic. So, Makit, tell us what happened last session.
Okay, when we picked up last time, we had met up with Ravi and his niece. I forget her name, I think I wrote it down somewhere though.
Let me get my bookmark that has the names. Yeah?
Yeah. Nancy or Nancy's?
Nyance.
Oh, right, that was a Rite's family.
Yeah.
Ravi's niece is Misty.
Don't call her Moisty. That's just inappropriate, man.
Typo, sorry.
Anyways, he had met up with them in the desert beyond the Salseth Cathedral. Started learning a bit of what happened. One of the isolationists ambushed Ravi, and they failed because Ravi is badass. But they did manage to wound him quite a bit. That is also the point where Ravi decided it's personal. So once he got back to the city, back to the house, called in all his friends that he knew he could trust, discussed things a bit. He told them about the break-in. The badge or plight they took was loyalty to the city or the army. I don't remember exactly.
Wait, what did you just say? I can clarify.
The plaque that was stolen by the isolationists.
Oh, that was to the dynasty. That was for his military service.
All right. And at any rate, once he got that happened, set up, makes Misty was staying guarded. Ravi then led us to, I also forget the name of the tavern, but we got in. Ravi demanded to know where this information broker was. A fight ended up breaking out. Turns out the broker was behind a hidden passage behind Luminary's safety painting. Which isn't all that helpful when I have my eyes of heresy.
Bullshit vision, yes.
Speaking of that, I'm going to have to conduct some research into that once we get some downtime. But he killed most of his guards. One of them was just calmed emotions the whole time, but eventually he just said, "I quit," and left. We got the guy, we ran over to Rite's mansion, grounds.
It would be a manor. It's not big enough for a mansion, but yeah.
Alright. We met up with his family. I believe it was Nancy was either the mother or one of the daughters, one of his sisters.
Nyansis is the sister. Dumas is the mother.
Oh.
The
Then we
father
met
has
up-
not been formally introduced, just dad.
All right. After that, end up with the father, and he is making us some wonderful bread pudding that Dumas is apparently addicted to. It's the most important, it's the real reason she came down here.
That is.
I do believe that is about where we left off.
Well, we left off with all of you eating with one another. Your static got bad again. I muted you. So, as you all finish having this glorious meal, Dumas stands up. Oh, yeah, the whole Shaft conversation, that was fun. And she looks across the table. All right. Well, let us go to the other room to have our conversation. Arite, Rorik was your name?
Yes, Lord Vils. So I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the food. It was rather spicy.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah. Grow the peppers out back myself.
It was delicious.
Yep. Two of you. Yes, the two of you and Ravi. Come on. And the three of you all head downstairs into her private work area. As you head down the stone staircase, it does widen out into a fairly tall, but about two-story room beneath the mountain area that you were previously in. You see that there's a grandiose desk for her to work in, as well as a multitude of different interesting awards around the walls on shelves, all of which are cleanly polished and nicely displayed as well. Puppy wants to say hi.
Oh, you guys can hear that? Shit.
Yes, I can.
That's...
Very loud, Puppy.
Yeah, he's all the way down at the bottom level.
But she gestures over towards a couple of couches displayed in front of the desk, before standing in front of the desk and leaning back against it. As the three of you go to the couches, you sink in to a degree that all of you are much smaller than her. Not to mention, all of you, other than Arite, are smaller than her. Yeah, Ravi's not that big. He's actually pretty small for a Dragonborn. And this is a very deliberate tactic for discussions, typically speaking. Alrighty, Ravi. What trouble have you gotten my son into?
I would like to note, it is not his fault.
Alright, Ravi. What trouble has my son gotten you into? Not that one either, honestly. It's about, Druvis. I thought we all agreed that we're not discussing any of this. Yeah, well, you see, there's been a slight change in developments. He stands up, moving his cloak out of the way and, like, pulling against the chains of his armor, where you see the wound on his back, which has been healed, is no longer profusely bleeding, but is a gigantic slice mark down his right shoulder blade that stretches from the top of it almost towards his spine, stopping just shy of it. Arite and, well, not Arite, actually, Rorik, with your military expertise, if that blade would have gone 1 inch further in or down, that would have been a debilitating blow. Not a killing, debilitating.
am I able to tell whether it was only an inch away because of like just luck, or like because he's just like really tough?
Roll me a history.
Ooh, something I'm not good at.
Yeah.
Except when I am. Fuck it.
I mean, it makes sense that you would be aware of this. It is taught to you, in most military circumstances, that even if you have to leave your back exposed, to never leave it fully open to the enemy. Modern translations to this would be having your backpack on you is a good way to safeguard your back and your neck, because most rounds can't pierce through your backpack, and there is a padded section most of the time to go right there. Back in this era, you would keep a shield to protect your spine, so the individual could not have gotten that low because of his years of practice.
Rurik actually, after he shows that, Rurik kind of shares that sort of like diagnosis that, hey, this could have been much worse kind of thing with him, and that was with to show how urgent like the purpose of that wound was. That's why he shares it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Not to mention the poison as well. You know, I'm pretty good with stuff like that, but no, I wasn't feeling great earlier at all. Oh. Well, turns out that Dravus sent a group of their isolationists out when I was going to pick up my niece. Do you have any proof of this? We're getting to that part. Yes, technically. Yeah, we have proof. And I'll show it to you after we see where this conversation goes.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, he's very charismatic, but he's really bad at deception. Yeah, they attacked me on the way out there. Luckily, who they sent after me must not have. Well, I know they're not very old. They don't remember the old days. So, yeah. Tough luck on them, but now they're dead. Well, I am very sorry that this is happening to your family. However, I have my own children to be concerned about with these matters as well.
Milady, if I may, the reason we've brought this to your attention is that while in our short time in town, we've learned that it's been your family as well as Ravi here who have yet to be the deciding factor in the vote, and if they're willing to go after Ravi, then we're here to warn you that you may be a target as well.
Well, we do have round-the-clock security, just in case. We have many guards, personal guards.
Mother?
Yeah. Do you want to tell her? Yeah, you should tell her. You should tell her.
About which parts?
The personal guards.
Ah, yes.
Well, the personal guards, are they hired by you personally, or are they? I'm trying to think of like the term for like when the guards from the city or something like donated, quote unquote, or assigned.
Assigned, yeah.
Or are they assigned from the city's guard?
They are assigned from the city. And don't worry, our guards of Zazith are incredible. Most of which have extensive knowledge and background. What are you trying to interrupt me for, Irite?
Have you looked at the back of their neck?
Why would I do that?
The isolationists have a tattoo on the back of their neck.
What?
They all have
The-
marks on the back of their necks.
They have proof of their allegiances, and they're one of the reasons why Ravi was attacked was because they managed to get to someone. So I was trying to think of a way to phrase this, and I kind of messed up along the way.
High charisma, low int. It happens.
That's IRL me. I'm except that I think more of the opposite. I have low charisma on everything. Anyways, is because he wasn't expecting it, because you wouldn't expect someone you may have seen in the guard to attack you.
Wait, are you saying this individual was in the guard? No, she wasn't in the guard, no.
However,
Yeah.
there are members that are in the guard.
Yeah.
And not a small number either.
Well, we have to conduct an investigation into the individuals. I'm sorry, I almost went Menagerie Coast for a second. Then we must conduct a investigation into the individuals that are stationed. Well, thank you for the heads up, Ravi. We really do appreciate this. Yeah, of course, no problem. I mean, neighbors, right? You know.
If it might help with the investigation that you'll conduct, when we went to go have a discussion with them at what was the bar's name that we went to? I don't know if we actually wrote it down.
I never wrote it down because I think it was just one of those generic bars I named off the top of my head.
Yeah, when we went to generic bar to have a discussion with it turned into a violent altercation. However, there are a few that were left with headaches, and one that decided that he would have a better time with a different career choice. He might be an optimal a person to learn information from.
Not the body in my room.
I'm sorry, what?
That was out of character.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't dare say that in character.
Yeah. Yeah. And, well, Dravis, I heard from his mouth, you know my, instinct? Ravi, did you have another outburst? I mean, only a minor one this time.
The answer was yes.
I mean, it was only a minor one, okay? It wasn't...
Wait, is that considered a minor outburst?
Well, considering the last time it happened, there was 40 dead individuals in the street. She just stares at him. What? Hey, I was a lot younger. I was a lot younger back then, okay? And I was just coming home from all the battles. That's a different rap. I'm much more focused now when I'm angry.
I don't think that is a good thing, Ravi.
What are you talking
No,
about? I didn't kill any
it's-
innocent people.
Laughing out of character.
He's technically right, and that's the best kind of right to be.
Yeah, no innocent people died this time. He's focused.
Well, what's done is done, and well, we wanted to give you this warning about that, and also, I think, Ari, why don't you lay down any other news about this incident?
Before we get to that part, I'm asking you, honestly, and I'm not gonna judge you in either direction. I'm sure you'll have a justified reason. Just one-on-one, which direction you're leaning. Ravi, I can't possibly just speak about this out in public. Well, I mean, I think I made it very clear which direction I'm going. And if you are going towards him, that's fine. I'm sure you have a good reason. Your family has always been very nice to me. And I just want to know.
And if anything, we came into this room because it's private, so it's not in public, and I don't think anything we say regarding that matter will leave this room.
Roll a persuasion, Robert.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Hey, you're actually good at this one. Jesus, you're only level 5. Okay. Druvis is very persuasive in what he wants. To bring the Dragonites, the Ravenites, up to what we could be. And to empower and invigorate all of us individually. However, from the dealings I have with others, I would rather welcome outside influence. Go ahead and roll your insight, Robert.
Okay.
So,
I
plan. She's not actually that difficult to read, but for you right now, she is because
Because 6 insight.
I plan on going with Vermosi again. Personally, I believe us creating stronger ties with the Lotus Den would assist in our security and the security of Jorhas as a whole. I do not believe we should be looking at ourselves as individuals, but as a community and land. Now, I'm all for heritage and pride, obviously, but there's a difference between tyrannical heritage and pride in oneself. Arete, would you also like to roll an insight?
I would.
Because Ravi certainly is.
Insight is over here.
Wow. Good thing your mother is not very charismatic. Also, she's your mom. You have advantage. Fuck that noise. Go ahead. Like that, no. Like.
You see, I was gonna.
Yeah. You're inciting your parent. You know what it looks like when they're lying to you. Yeah, Santa's coming this year. But she's a little like. She seems to be projecting herself in a wholesome manner, but as for seeing through any deception, that's kind of hard to do. If she is deceiving you, you can't peer through it right now. And that's the best I can give you.
I'm glad
That's
that
fair.
I am happy that I agree with you on that. It's pride in your heritage and ancestry is something that's important to everyone. And honestly, I've never met the man. However, from what I've seen so far, what his actions have allowed, that's not the sort of pride that you want to keep, because it tears down burns your bridges. It tears down everything that you stand for. And
Well,
sorry, I'm getting a little. I didn't mean to get a little philosophical there.
it is
Just-
fine, however. I will say that I am not necessarily believing all of this until I see proof. So, what is this proof that you have? Ravi leans over towards you Arite, how cool is your mom about stuff like this?
Jiro, what is the answer to that?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Make it up, buddy. It's your mom.
Improvise.
Is she the type of mom that would give you alcohol for a party because she knew you'd be home and it'd be safe? Or is she the type of mom that hears you're going to a party, stalks you to the party, destroys the party, and then alerts the authorities? It's your choice, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, I mean, I want to say something, but I don't want it to affect your decision either.
It's your call.
So,
I feel like she'd be the person that actually doesn't give a fuck what I do because she doesn't pay enough attention anyway.
oh shit.
Because
That's
she's
fair.
too busy with work.
Okay, okay.
That's the kind of vibes I get.
Alrighty.
Oh.
So,
Oh, Airy.
It's a coin flip.
Great. He reaches onto his back and pulls off his shield and just like rests it in front of him. So we have Travis upstairs tied to Arite's bed. Arite, because you're sitting right next to him, I need you to give me a dex save.
Oh no.
Her
Oh,
head
oh.
just looks, and a frosty, icy breath pulses towards the two of you. All right, half damage for you.
Oh, so quarter damage because resistance.
12 points of frost damage, halved. He did ready himself with his shield, so he was successful as well. So 6 down to 3 to both of you.
That's why he got the shield out.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't hear that was coming.
And she just glares. What? Oh. You know, I take
Levi?
full responsibility for it. I knocked him out. I brought his body. Arite offered the spot. It sounded like he wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind. But it's my fault. It's not his fault. It's my fault. My fault. My fault.
I think it's a shared responsibility on this one.
Upstairs, while all of you are enjoying the bread pudding, you do hear a very loud shout of what? And what sounds like a breath attack.
I'm pretty sure the what was the breath attack.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, Rita's in trouble. Does this happen often?
Yeah.
They're probably getting to that part of the conversation. Oh, do you have could I have a bit more of the pudding?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, he gives you another serving. You know, I just recently got into calligraphy. If you guys want to check out some of my writing, I think it's pretty nice.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
I like it.
I would love to have a look at it.
Yeah, of course.
Same here.
Yeah. After the pudding, we can go down here. Kyle, you've been really quiet since I met you. You okay?
I'm just not here. I'm still with Misty.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah,
that's right. He left you there
yeah.
with Misty. All right.
I mean, we could retcon a little bit and say that he like popped in during dinner or something.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
down
know.
for that. He saw that you guys were sneaking through the streets unsuccessfully. And after the rest of Ravi's crew got here, then you snuck off ahead. So you're here now for the bread pudding part. Just because it ties you in with what's going on a little bit. Oh, hi, here, come in, more friends. Here, have a bowl of bread pudding.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's bread pudding.
What is bread pudding?
Uh,
Out of character.
just Google it. That's the only thing I can tell you
Okay.
for it. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's basically a dessert, pretty hearty.
I think it's kind of like a cake, but not.
It's a soft cake that has like a bread exterior to it. Sometimes raisins and
okay.
things like that. Caramel drizzle. It's soft. It's almost like a very thick custard, almost cake. They're pretty good.
Is it dragon? Is it like dragonborn specialty from here, or is it like sweet or sweet and fire?
No. Typically speaking, in Dragonborn culture, they don't just like fire. They like extreme flavor, so it's really sweet.
Mm.
It's just so happens most things you've been eating, spicy has been the best compliment. Like casserole. But no, this is very sweet. It's good.
Oh, thank you. I assume you are Arita's father.
Yes, I am. Pleasure to meet you. And you must be Kyle. We were discussing you over the dinner table.
Oh,
Yeah.
hope wasn't too bad.
Oh no, you sound like a swell fellow.
Yeah, he's a really curious person. You know, he went to a lot of exploration, and he has quite interesting tidbits and facts about random ruins and artifacts. It's really interesting.
You're one of those learned people. Very cool. My daughter actually, she's looking to get into different lines of work, and apparently now she wants to summon her own talking dog. Hey, get away from the door! He goes over where you see Nianthus is just ear against the door, trying to hear what's going on downstairs. Hey, come on.
Oh yeah, for the
She-
record,
she wa-
Buster's. Sorry, go ahead.
She wants to summon animals.
I want a talking dog. As she's like rubbing the ears of Buster.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Buster's been sticking to her like the rest of the thing.
But she does walk away from the door now, rolling her eyes. But back
No,
downstairs. Yeah?
I'm saying in Elvish to Buster. Does she understand what you say?
Yes.
She understands Elvish.
And she
I'd
nods her head.
say-
Mhm.
Oh,
I am learning to be multilingual. I got bored of Undercommon, so I learned Elvish.
What else do you learn?
Well, right now I'm working on halfling.
Hmm.
Their highs are really high, their lows are really low. It's kind of difficult. And she looks to be early teens, you know. But yeah, back downstairs, after dodging past the bulk of your mother's wrath, Arite, Rorik, you sat on the opposite side of them, which turned out to be a good call.
With age comes wisdom, bitches.
Sorry, if that's totally not cool with you, which I'm guessing isn't, I could take the body elsewhere. The body? No, he's alive. He's alive.
I do want to bring that up as a point. However, is as we were we're quite stealthy in bringing him here. However,
Yeah, I doubt anyone saw us.
yeah, this is not Rourke lying. He just wasn't observational about it. That being said, if anyone did happen to see us, they might connect it with you siding with Ravi just by first glances, or against Drovis, which is one of the many reasons why we felt that this was a very important warning to give you.
Yeah. Also, not to mention, I really don't want to mention, but I plan on keeping him
Next
hostage.
I'm going to scoot away from Ravi a little bit, impending another breath attack on him.
You plan on keeping him as leverage. I'm sure you can understand. He sent an assassin out to kill me. And worse off, they must have known the path I was taking to retrieve my niece. Which means she's not safe in the city anymore. That was the only place I could keep her where I knew she would be fine, but if they're willing to stoop so low as to attack me from behind, unprovoked, and poison me, I have to assume they'll do anything.
even go after loved ones.
At that point, he does begin solidifying more. He did calm down a lot during the nice conversation, but his anger is beginning to boil again, and it's very visible. The two of you as well, you can feel that presence around him beginning to flicker back.
Ravi, I don't believe now is the time for anger.
Yeah.
Ravi, take a deep breath with me. And in and out.
A small burst of flame shoots from his nose. And this is why
And-
most things in this culture are made of stone.
Even the couch, no.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah,
It has
Rourke
cushions,
just-
but it's made of stone.
Yeah, Rourke just briefly does a little breathing exercise with Ravi to help calm him a little.
Well, if this is your battle, it is your battle. My family is not getting involved. Sorry, but I have children to consider. You're gonna have to make your statement eventually. Yes, of course. And when that happens, there's no way of knowing who you can trust in this city. If you stay neutral, you can't trust anyone.
And, milady, I would like to add to that. While yes, it's fine that you don't need to be a part of this battle. This isn't your battle. Be prepared for if you do get dragged into it. It would never be our intention to force this upon you. However, it is our duty to let you know that this isn't something that can be easily ignored.
Darvis. Well, I don't. This is not my area of expertise, Ravi. I know, and I'm sorry, but I fought alongside your son. Even if it was unintentional on his half to fight. And you raised him to at least be noble enough to be honest. That much I've seen from him. The kid has yet to lie to me. Which is, I mean, amongst your class, uncommon. Let's be honest.
He's a very good kid.
Oh yeah, I definitely give you that credit.
Thank you.
If I might ask real quick, what Drovis? What is he like exactly in person? As I would assume you've both met him.
Did you mean to say Druvis?
Oh, Druvis, sorry.
Because the two brothers have similar names, I just need that clarified.
Yeah.
They look at each other. Well, he used to belong to the, 5 to Dine. Roll me a history check, Rolric and Arite.
History.
Oh, whoops, I was insight.
Close.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Arite, it sounds a little familiar to you, but this is probably just yet another story that you just didn't pay close attention to.
I'm going to pretend I know what story they are talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure what that is exactly.
Back when war was consistent, between the Empire and Shorehas. There was a group from Zarzith called the Five to Dine. They called them that because they were ruthless towards the enemy. Would just chew them up and spit them out as if an entire platoon was nothing to the five of them. They're some of the finest veterans we have in Zarzith. Well, Ravi, I believe you're leaving out a very important detail. I don't think it's that important, honestly.
If I may ask, what is that detail?
I was invited to be a part of them.
And did you refuse? Is that?
Yeah.
And I guess he didn't take it well.
No.
Well, if one of the few things that I've been told I was good at by my late wife was I was empathetic to other people when I put my mind to it, and well, this Druvis, he sounds like a vengeful individual, and that's likely why he targeted you specifically, Ravi.
I don't think he's vengeful necessarily. More ruthless. The problem with the Five to Dine is they didn't care. They just were given a mission, were told impossible odds, and went after it. And then won. Over and over. They lived for the purpose of killing everyone in their path.
They lived for the purpose of making sure the mission was accomplished, no matter who got in their way.
No. They didn't care about their mission. If they cared about keeping Xhorhas safe, absolutely, I would have loved it, but they did it for fun. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I, as much as the next guy, love a really good fight, a battle to get your blood pumping, but there's a difference between loving the experience of battle and craving it. These guys didn't care. If there was someone around during their mission, no matter if they were the enemy or just people who lived at the outpost, made no difference. They acted like those Empire assholes. They didn't care what the consequences were. They didn't care who would suffer. So long as they were successful and they enjoyed it along the way.
You're right.
And how does this make this relevant to our current situation exactly?
Because if we know how their leader is, what he's like, then you might be able to gauge what he's going to do in response to something that may happen, or how he's going to just act in general. If one of the things I worried about is, due to your outburst, Ravi, is maybe he might paint you in a bad light. He might say that he might bring up the fact that you're violent and uncontrollable and discredit you, because there's more than just killing you than in terms of ways to get you to not to out of the vote.
There needs to be consequences for your actions. There has to be. I don't care who you are, how important you are. There needs to be that order.
There's always going to be consequences for your actions.
Well, he's lived without any of them for over 50 years.
Well, from what I understand, then I'd like the opportunity to try to change his mind about things. However, I don't believe that will be the case. If given the opportunity, I would like to try, but
I had a different idea. Fine.
I think I know what that idea is.
He looks over at Drumus. I would like you to call a Drakaton. Rorik, do you speak Draconic?
I don't. I should. I wanted to, but I didn't because it didn't make sense.
Drakaton translates to will of death. Arite, this is a challenge of combat over something more than just a squabble. This is a challenge of belief that has a lot of influence in this city.
I'm sorry, Ravi, but that is something that is. I think that might be crossing a line a little bit here.
I recognize the word a little bit. However, I'm not quite remembering what it means.
It's a challenge of a battle to death. And I need 2 head families to call it.
Well, who are you gonna get to call the? Who would be the other head family exactly?
Me.
All right, then.
This battle, this Drakaton, is you intend to fight him.
Yeah.
Ravi, can you have a champion to take your place?
I wouldn't.
And why I say this, Ravi, because because you still have someone who needs you alive. If anything goes wrong, because we've seen firsthand, he is not going to play fairly. Then he won't play fairly, Ravi.
Oh, he'll play fairly if I have his brother.
If he's as you said, then even with his brother, I know the type, even with his brother, it would just spur him on to win it no matter the cost.
Sounds like it'll be a fair fight then.
Even if he had to kill his own brother to make you seem like a demon.
I can't just let someone like this be.
Then don't. it is time that action is taken. But I don't want you to. So I'm trying to think of my words. I'm really bad at this. Not wise, okay? This isn't something you rush into. You what is the cost if one were to lose, other than death?
Exile. But that would require the victor to not kill them. And I can't pull my blows against him.
No, I wouldn't expect you to. Area, I'm new to the city. I'm sure this is a cultural sort of thing. Milady, is this the sort of thing that should be done in this situation here?
Well, nobody has had the audacity to challenge someone from the Five to Nine. Nobody. Doing this over an ideal has been a tradition for decades. It's a more peaceful solution than a war between ideas. That way, only one person has to die. And if he allowed you to take his place or anyone else, that would do nothing except show people that look up to him how weak he is. And that he values his life more than the people he prefers to protect. However, that is the Drakenton Day.
What does that translate to?
It is battle to death of family. It is a challenge of a group or a family or a clan or any way you'd like to dignify them against another one.
If that's... Well, before we go into this discussion, you said this is a battle of ideals, milady. He then turns to Ravi. Ravi, the fight before, you didn't go into that battle with a clear head. You went into it with anger. In this one, what are you fighting for exactly? And Rourke's just like, he's like staring into his eyes kind of thing, like... For revenge? To prove a point?
Is there something you want to do before I say my next words?
Are you gonna say like roll persuasion? Because I mean, I can do a thing with that, but
I'm not answering.
That seems a bit...
It lasts 10 minutes.
Wait, what?
That ability you have, it lasts 10 minutes.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, it's not the next check. It's 10 minutes long.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, if it was a one and done thing, I'd give you the opportunity beforehand, but no, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that was only one, that was 10 minutes. Jesus.
All right, then go ahead and roll your persuasion.
+5, so 25.
Shit.
I'm going to end his ideal, his tyrannical nature, and let the people decide what they want to do.
Well then, whatever you need, I'll do whatever I can to help you. Edward kind of offers his hand out for that, that like manly arm clasp kind of thing.
You realize they fight to the death, right?
Well, I'm sure we both know that there's a few of the dangerous things out there. One of the most dangerous, someone who stands to lose everything, and then someone else who has nothing left to lose.
He reaches across and takes your hand.
For all it's worth, Robbie, you have my support as well. Of course, if that's okay with my mother.
Harry, I don't want to drag you into this. It's ultimately is your decision whether you do this, but I don't want you to get hurt.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
excuse me. This is my son you're talking to, sir. If you want to have pride in your family and in your name, then do it. Excuse me, don't parent my son in front of me. Like, just...
Yeah.
I
Rook
don't think that
looks
one-
surprised for a second, but does give kind of like a wry grin, like he gets it.
Didn't really think that one through, did you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a firm nod to Rosh.
Well, I will make the announcement. Under one condition. You release Travis. That's my one trump card over him. Do you believe you need to act like him to beat him? I believe they used to call you the Ravenous One.
If I may bring my input into this as well, nothing ever good comes of becoming that which you intended to destroy.
Fine. But I do want to give him a little message for his brother.
Of course, I would rather get the input of the others before we decide on this, Rurik.
I wasn't going to include them unless they chose to, Ari. This is my decision.
I would still rather them.
No, we'll let them know about it, of course. But I wouldn't want to drag them into this if they didn't want to be part of it.
It would not be the right thing to not give them the option.
I guess I don't know if there's anything else here that we need to discuss then.
No, that isn't. Ravi, one rule that you stipulate on the Drakentanda. One rule.
Can I do any sort of roll to like think? I can't think of it myself, but like in terms of like a good combat advantage, can I think of something or try to?
You would have to think of it yourself. I'm not going to tell you.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, that would be too good if I went. You want this?
I mean, I don't want to say no poison, because I mean, we've got things to beat poison. Come on.
No pillars. No tall obstructions. Short ones only. Very well. I will begin the preparations. Then he heads upstairs.
Rurik will follow close with him, like by his side.
Thank you, Mother. And I'll quickly follow.
Alrighty. She does stop you before you head up there, Arite. You are aware that you could die. Yeah?
I know, Mother.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you. And I guess she releases her grip or whatever and lets me go up.
Yes.
And I shall go up.
Alrighty. So, on that note, everybody, I believe we are going to go to break real quick. Thank you all very much for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will be right back.